Now, first of all, I think I have really to say thank you to the crowd, because I could not imagine that tonight it will be sold out in a rematch against League Two team with the information that we will play with a young player. So really thank you. It was a special atmosphere. It was great. It was a really enjoyable night for football, and the lads enjoyed it. I could see it. I spoke to them after the game. Everybody could see it. They worked hard. They created chances. They scored goals, wonderful goals. They made mistakes. They reacted in the right way on the mistakes. They fighted really, and against an opponent. But I really have to say, it's my first impression of League Two football and I know their position in the table. It's not too good, so seemed to be a good league. So because a lot of good players in the team. First half they were really experienced. It was very experienced against very young. Few players, 3 players of them together were older than my whole starting lineup. So it was really hard work for the boys, and I was pleased with the performance. A few weeks ago I could not have imagined that I will enjoy a rematch in FA Cup. Now I did, so thanks for this. Thanks FA Cup, and yeah, good. It was really good.
Special moments. John Flanagan coming back and play that second goal that Ojo scored.
Yeah, Flano, when he came in, it was a great moment after this long time. I had him, to be honest, not too often in training until now, because we need really to be careful with him. It's not allowed that it's too high intensity, and so it's always training break, recovery. He had a few minutes in U21, and it was. Conor Randall had a little problem with muscle, but then it was the opportunity for us to bring Flano. So, and that was a real emotional moment. The whole stadium on the legs and stood up and clapped their hands. It was really good, and I think nobody deserved it more than himself. And it was such a long time, unbelievable long time. And I since I'm here, he was always injured, but never in a bad mood. That's unbelievable. So he's a really strong lad, and so hopefully now it goes on. We have to see how he feels tomorrow. So we have to take it day by day. But it's one of the best news what we could get, that he's back.
We spoke yesterday about the number of players potentially making their Anfield debuts today, but João Teixeira's waited a little bit longer, perhaps, than most. Is it possible for the Jurgen Klopp crystal ball to see what the future might have for João at all?
Well, that's. I like João as a person. He's a really nice guy, and he's a good footballer. But of course, players like him need matches. And if you can't get it where you are, you have to. Then it's not a decision. It should not be my decision or something else. It's not allowed to be 3-4 years a substitute in this age. You have to play. And I would like to work with him, work longer with him, because it's only 4 months, and I see his big jumps in development. And he showed tonight. He deserved a goal. Really, he worked hard. It was really man football what he played, and was defensively strong, had good moments in the offense. It was really good, and so we are always in talks, but we have to speak about this, and then we have to see what he wants, what we want. At the end, it has to fit. It's not possible that you only say we cannot only get all players stay here, and then so sometimes you have to leave. I'm not sure that it's the situation for João, but. You're right. He's a long time now living in a position. He did really well in the championship. He did really good, and then he came back and had not the best position. Since I'm here, it's a little bit closer, but if close enough, that we have to see.
Paul,
Jurgen, what do you like about Ojo? He came on in the first game and made an impact, and has done it again tonight.
Yeah.
I think he's somebody that.
Yeah, but he's very young, so not too much not 20 interviews next week, not man of the match things, and leave the guys where they are. Well, everybody who see him playing, see what big skills he has, but there's a lot of things he has to work on. So I'm happy to have him here, and but he made a goal, yeah, not too bad. And you're right. In the last game, he came in and was important for the draw, and so he's on a good way. But it's a long way for these young boys, and that's what I said tonight. They showed nearly everything. They showed what they already able to, and they showed what they have to learn, and that's always in this age. So, if everybody stay cool, pardon.
Do you try to protect him now and keep him out of the limelight?
Back to U14 or wherever he play usually. No, that's not protecting. It's give the lads time to develop. So tonight it was a good moment, and yes, had a few things. They're really impressive, but a lot of things to learn. And so the target and at the end of the road, it has to be Liverpool FC Premier League. That's for sure, and for this you have to be ready, and in all parts of development, and that's where we try to help the boys. And so, but tonight was a first sign, not only of him but of him too. That's good.
Gentleman there, yeah.
Jurgen, for all the talk of your young players, you did bring in a few more senior guys this evening. Was that as a result of what you saw down in Devon in the first game?
No, because they were available. They didn't play too often in the last few games, so had no problems. And that's the reason why they played. So it's always in Exeter. For example, Joe could have played, but he was not available. I'm not sure what he had anymore. Too many injuries. But Ibe was, I think, had a little bit felt the muscle, not too serious, but not a situation to take a risk. So we took them because of this, not because of the good first game. We knew that it will be a different game tonight. It was a completely different pitch. We played from the first, second different, but against a good opponent. Really a good opponent. They played football. They had a playing build-up. They tried everything, and we had a lot of work, especially in a I would say 10-15 minutes second half, where we lost a little bit of control, and but then we scored the goals, and yeah, we should do this more often, then we would feel how goals change games.
Final question, Tony.
Yeah, the young players have made a big step in the last 2 games against Exeter. What is the next stage of their development? Because the worry will be that this will be the last time you can see it. What will you do to ensure that they can be as good as they can be?
Work with them. That doesn't mean that they play. How come we cannot bring them all in every week in the Premier League? That's what we want to do. That's what I spoke about a few weeks or maybe meanwhile months ago when I said we need to have all our best players here at Liverpool FC. Kent was on loan, Ojo was on loan, Stuart was on loan, Thiago was on loan. Only of these players who played tonight, for sure a few more, so we need to keep them here and then work with them, because football is not an individual development. Yes, you have to develop individual, but you have to develop as a team, and you have to learn your position, and it's not always to impress as a lonely whatever one-on-one. You have to show that you can work together with the team, that you know about your job, the things you have to do, that you can, I don't know, overlapping most easy thing, yeah, that you do things like this, that you know when my teammate does this, then I have to do this, and that's how football works. And it's not the right moment to talk about this, but it's in football it's modern that if you are good enough, you have always to take the next step. But nobody of these guys feels anymore how it feels if you win 8-0. All the best players in the world win 8-0 sometimes. Now when they win one time 8-0, then have to go to the next team and have the next problem. Again, physically less strong than the opponents and things like this. So keep them here, work together, and then I'm sure the way is shorter for them, but that's future, not now.